All right. I never know when I can speak, but we're going to get this thing started. So thank you so much. I know it's Veterans Day, and God bless all the veterans on here and all the veterans that we all know. Today is Thursday, November 11th, and tonight is the North Beach Town Council meeting. This meeting of the Town Council will proceed virtually as permitted under the Maryland Open Meetings Act. The public is invited and encouraged to attend meetings remotely, as we know. As always, we start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. And who haven't I? No, Lauren, don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm good.
Unmute Lieutenant Hollander. I'm going to pick on him. All right, Lieutenant Hollander, can you lead the way with our Pledge of Allegiance?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
He's out on duty, so thank you so much for keeping us safe.
Yes, sir.
All right, Stacy, roll call, please.
Mayor Benton,
Here.
Mr. Dotson. He's here. He raised his hand. Mr. Hummel,
Here.
Cavler, sorry.
That's okay. Here.
Mr. Truncone,
Here.
Fantastic. And
Mrs. Walker
Elizabeth,
is not in attendance tonight.
and she did let us know in advance, so it is an excused absence. So just make sure we have that noted. Let's move into minutes of the past meeting. Minutes from the October 14th, 2021 Town Council meeting is attached. May I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Second.
We have a first, we
Actually,
have a second.
I wasn't here for that meeting, so I can't vote for it. We might need to.
I'll have to table them till the December meeting, Mayor. Which is fine.
We will not lose sleep over it. Let's, then how about, were you at the work, you were at the work session, right?
That was the work session. Yep.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Paul.
I can't remember. I apologize. All right. Minutes from the November 4th, 2021 work session is attached. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Mickey,
Second.
Greg, any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. For love. Thank you. We're gonna move right into recognitions and proclamations. I really do love bragging to other elected officials that are in the state and the feds and the county, how much better we have it at our level. We get more things done faster, and we just produce. So I cannot thank you guys enough, staff enough. But so this month is Municipal Government Works Month. And it's, you know, even still to this day, so many people don't know what goes on in a municipality. And this month is Municipal Government Works Month. So we have a proclamation, and I'm going to read it to you. All 157 should be doing this. If not already, some have, some will. The town of North Beach, Maryland was incorporated in 1910. And whereas Maryland is home to 157 other municipalities, whereas municipal government represents the most responsive form of government, with citizens being able to directly access their elected officials, that's an understatement. And whereas municipal government has continually fostered a strong foundation for government services and cooperation at the county, state, and federal levels of government, and whereas the town of North Beach continually works to enhance the quality of life for residents by maintaining natural and historic sites and structures, helping to make the town of North Beach, Maryland, a great place to live, work, and explore. Therefore, be it resolved that I, Mayor Mike Benton, Mayor of the town of North Beach, do hereby proclaim the month of November 2021 as Municipal Government Works Month in the town of North Beach, and join the Maryland Municipal League in celebrating the success of municipal government all over the great state of Maryland. Signed, Mayor Mike Benton. So if you have not participated or went on to MML, Maryland Municipal League website or their social media pages, you'll see other municipalities doing that. We're going to get this to them, and we'll get some photos of our staff and so forth working out there and what we bring to the community. So thank you so much for letting me do that. All right. Public safety report is attached. We have Lieutenant Hollinger on call, sitting, waiting patiently. Does anybody have any questions or concerns about the report, or you have any questions for Lieutenant Hollinger? Fantastic. Obviously, he's reachable at all times, 24/7, 7 days a week, or at least one of the deputies are. I got to hang out with the sheriff and McDowell tonight at a grand opening, so it was good to hang out with those guys. Our treasurer report is attached. Some staff members will be on, some will not, but it is attached. So if you have any questions, no, it's not attached. I apologize. It is not attached. We had a conversation about it. It is not attached, but we will be getting information loaded shortly. Public Works, same thing. He's going to be talking about the mayor's report coming up about the Northeastern information and give everybody an update. Just so you know, there will be an update going out tomorrow to the residents, which we're going to do every Friday. But tonight we're going to talk about some of the steps that we've already accomplished, and I think you'll be happy with it. Code enforcement, his report, and he's on here, is attached below. You know, a lot of things that are driven through code enforcement is through our North Beach Access app. We just got to continue. When you talk to a neighbor, and if they start out, I heard, I need you to stop and say, please get to the North Beach Access. Please make sure you sign up for emails and text messages to know the facts. We do not like to hear I heard. That's never a good thing. So his report, Rick's report, is attached. If you have any questions, anybody have any questions for Rick? And if you do, great.
Why did Granny just say don't be a hater?
Sure with that.
Don't be a hater. When? Right
Is that Rick
now.
again?
Hello?
Is that?
Yeah.
It was. All right. Any questions for Rick before we move on? All right. So the next one is marketing. Marketing is attached. The information is attached. Marketing and outreach. She's been extremely busy, and we're not going to let all the cats out of the bag tonight, but I know Stacy, myself, and Dawn has been sitting down. I promise you, December will be one of the most amazing Christmases in North Beach. Every weekend, there's going to be something happening. Our residents are going to be very excited. I know I'm excited. So that was, so next is community conservation. She's on the call. Does anybody have any questions for Lisa? All right, go ahead and unmute Lisa for a second. All right.
I just wanted to say, I wanted to thank the Public Works and the waterfront staff for helping us on October 22nd at our Halloween event that was at a waterfront. We had over 100 people come out and see the owls that came from Nanjemoy Creek Environmental Ed Center. And Jody and Bud were great helping us set that up. And we are having 2 programs coming up November 20th and December 11th. We're having crafty campfires for the first time over at Wetlands Overlook Park. And they're going to be in the afternoon because it gets dark at 5 o'clock. And we're going to make pine cone turkeys on November 20th for everyone to take home. And we're going to have a campfire. So I hope
Please
people
make
will come
sure
over.
everybody is signed up to get, just keep telling neighbors, keep telling them. When you're walking down the boardwalk, Greg, with the poochie, and everybody wants to come play with the dog, tell them, sign up. They
That's right.
cannot play with the dog anymore unless they sign up, period.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lisa. Stay tuned because you'll see her email blast out too. We'll get that out with her events coming up. We have a lot of events in November, but we have a lot more in December. So get ready. Santa's coming. Any questions for Lisa before we go to public comment? Thank you so much, Lisa.
Thank you.
All right. Public comment. Town of North Beach welcomes public comment. Public comments will be taken in the chat box, which Paul's in charge of. Please state your name and address prior to your comment. And we have a comment. No, we don't. Thought we did. All right. And if you're on here, you have a comment or a question, you can add it as we move forward. All right. Give another second. See Marty's on here. See Bob's on here. Trying to see who else. You think after 20 months I'll be used to seeing this screen, but it's hard to believe. 20 months. All right.
Crazy.
What's that?
That's crazy. It's been that long.
Hey, we're coming up on 3 years, guys. We're coming up on 3 years. What an amazing 3 years. Oh my goodness. All right, let's move into ordinance resolutions. This is nothing new. We've all talked about this many times now. We presented it at the last council meeting to the public to put in record. Now I need you to vote on it. So we have 5 of them. 5. So I'm going to try to do it in order. If I get off track, somebody yell at me. All right, so the first one is ordinance number 21-303, an ordinance of the town of North Beach repealing chapter 12 fire marshal of the code of the town of North Beach as obsolete. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. Perfect. 1 down, 4 more to go. I'm not going to follow my. Ordinance number 21-04, an ordinance of the town of North Beach amending chapter 37 boardwalks and piers, section 37-2 fishing and crabbing of the code of the town of North Beach to provide that the mayor has the authority to set from time to time the times during which the public may use the fishing pier. May I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
So moved. Second.
Second.
Second, Greg. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. For love. Thank you. Ordinance number 21-05, an ordinance of the town of North Beach repealing chapter 65 kerosene stoves of the code of the town of North Beach as obsolete. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Mickey second, Paul's first. Any discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. So moved. Thank you so much. All right. Ordinance number 21-06, an ordinance of the town of North Beach repealing chapter 86, peace and good order of the code of town of North Beach to repeal section 86-2 trespass upon boats as unnecessary. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Second, any discussion? All in favor, please raise your hand. For love. All right, here we go. Last one. Ordinance number 21-07, an ordinance of the town of North Beach amending chapter 93 solid waste of the code of the town of North Beach, section 93-9, sewer connections required to delete reference to the sanitary committee. Motion to, can I have a motion?
So moved.
Agree. So move. Second.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Please raise your hand for approve. For love. Thank you so much. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. We do not have anything on the business items. We're going to move right into mayor reports. So here we go, Lauren. As you know, we were hit by nor'eastern. What is it? Tomorrow will be 2 weeks ago, I believe. A day before, we sat down with I sat down with Donnie Bowen. Can you unmute DB, please? And we formulated a plan, and I'm very honored that I think we nailed it. I think the town nailed it. We're far from over. We are in a process, and I'll give you a couple updates, and DB will give you some more updates. We have not let our foot off the gas pedal, but in our website, we did update the initial report. And then what's going to happen is that every Friday, Dawn or Kelly will be sending out an update of what's new from last Friday. Our goal is just to keep everybody in the know. That's the reason why signing up for the email blast is so important. We are not doing this through social media. It's got to be email blast. All of the important information is in an email blast. So please, we do our best. We've educated people. You see it on the signs, let them know. But we did do a lot of takeaways, a lot of things that we did learn. We contacted Legit right before the storm hit to open up a case, and we did. So this week, I think on Tuesday at 10 a.m., Donnie walked the whole town with our Legit, which is our insurance carrier that insures our buildings, our parks, all of that information they insure. Donnie can give us an update on that. Also,
Mayor,
what's that?
explain to them what legit means, please.
All right, local insurance, hold on, local.
Local government insurance
Thank you.
trust.
Thank you.
Thank you. So he met with them. He walked the whole town with them. We received an email today. We're still working on getting estimates. As you can imagine, contractors were busy before storm. They're busier today than ever in the history of the world. Supplies are hard to get. We did find that we did see that the boardwalk that we have shut down did lift off of the joists. They're fine. They're not going to come off or anything, but that will also have to be adjusted and fixed throughout there. We also have been in communication with FEMA. So I believe that we are moving in the right direction. We also, yesterday, you saw a camera crew out. We were cameraing the pipes to update us to figure out where we stand on our drains, our storm drains, our sewer drains. So DB, give them an update on some of the things that you're moving forward with.
Yeah, real quick, like the mayor said, Tuesday I met with the subcontractor for Legit, and he came out. We took a whole bunch of pictures. We walked the pier, walked the living shoreline even, walked the north end of 9th Street, Atlantic Avenue, south and north from 7th all the way, looked at everything that we had on our list. We looked at the boardwalk pretty thoroughly, looked at the flower bed part that had washed away, and looking at the boardwalk closer, found that it lifted up about 2 inches, a piece of 2-inch conduit was wedged between the joists and the main structures of the boardwalk. And the northmost part of the boardwalk by the hatch house. So just that area, wasn't the whole thing. Like you can jump up and down or move a little bit. It's nothing that's going to fall apart, but it did come loose. He, like I say, took several pictures. We spent about 2 hours at least. Then we went back to the office, went over everything, had a list. He took down everything we had on our list, took it with him. He has to go back to Dorothy, Mrs. Schwartz, who's our rep from Legit, give her all the information, and then she'll be contacting us. She's looking at what the town, how much coverage it has on each thing that we looked at. Like for instance, the pier, what kind of money we have on the pier for coverage. So she looks at that kind of stuff, looks at the damage, and then she'll respond to us with how much, if Legit's going to cover and how much on each item that they're going to cover that we looked at. Anticipate that probably taking another week. He had a bunch of, stuff he had to get together, make a report. About another week, we should know something from Legit, what they're going to cover, what they're not going to cover, and maybe some round numbers. I went out, I got a couple estimates on the decking for the pier. That was pretty straightforward. The lower level of the pier where the boards that came off. So we just got a ballpark estimate for that. And we also got a ballpark estimate for the railing. Unfortunately, with the railing, we couldn't do the post. They have to be bolted. So we might have to have a structural engineer type person look at that before we could and have a quick sketch done before we can get an accurate price for the boardwalk railing. The following day, like the mayor said, we had so much water on 9th Street that the pump station, the sewer pump station at Bay Avenue ran 16, 17 hours a day. We have 2 pumps there. Normally they alternate. One will run, the other will run. And then we also have a diesel backup pump. Most, like say, normal operating condition, one will run, cut off, next one runs, cut off. When we had the storm, all 3 were running for 14 hours straight. This overwhelmed the sewer line that runs from 7th Street to 5th Street. That's where the force main from Bay Avenue dumps into. We had a backup. We had to call in the MDE. It actually came out to clean out by Baywalk condo just for a short period of time. But we cameraed that line to find, if we had a problem there or not. We found an older manhole where some bricks that came loose. They got wedged in the pipe. We did jet that. We cleared that line. We cameraed it so we can come up with a repair, what's needed to repair that item. While we were there cameraing that, we also cameraed the storm drain line on 9th Street from Atlantic to Bay Avenue. That's a 36-inch elliptical pipe. And I sent a picture to the mayor. We had, from the storm wash down cleanup, we probably have about 6 inches of silt laying in the bottom of that pipe. So that means we have 30 inches still of usable space. Water was flowing on top of the silt. It's the sandy silt that anyone who lives down in that area, saw on the roadway there. That's what type of material was in that pipe. So, I mean, it's 6 inches of silt, but I don't think it would justify calling in a whole mobilization to cleaning crew like we did at 5th Street quite yet, because the mobilization is pretty expensive and I would wait, a little while. I don't think it's a major blockage right now. It was flowing, like I say, so I don't think we have to worry about that right now. Tomorrow, for those of you who live on Atlantic Avenue, I have a crane coming at 8 a.m. to reset the Jersey barriers. He's coming in. We're going to pick them up and reset all the Jersey barriers that were moved in the storm. And seemed like my new crew, Public Works crew, got broke in pretty much since the 28th of October. We've been pretty much nonstop running all over. So finally getting a little bit caught up. But the crew did a great job. I was proud of them for just being there for a few months. They really stepped up and we're keeping an eye on everything, jumping around, and did a great job to help me out. And the mayor, I'd like to thank him one more time because he's been a great help through all this also. He's been out. And I apologize for not having a written report because I didn't remember today was a holiday. I was going to do my report this morning, but I remembered at 6:30 this morning before the mayor called that it was a holiday today. So I apologize.
I called you earlier.
Right. Right. But any
So-
questions on?
I
any of
just
those
have-
items?
I have a couple questions real quick. So did we hear anything else from Legit other than, you had found this new problem on the boardwalk where the boardwalk had moved from its choice. Anything else when they came around that was identified that's not in the storm report?
Yeah, that legit even really didn't identify that. I was showing the gentleman and,
Okay.
we saw that then, but he pretty much took pictures of everything, had nothing that's, he
Nothing
didn't
that
discover anything. about it.
He
No.
knows. Okay. And then the camera, did you camera, I know you camera 9th for the silt. Did you camera 7th or is there a reason why we don't need to do that?
It's 7th Street stays underwater. It doesn't have a flat valve in there.
Okay.
And, if you walk down Annapolis and just looking at storm drain at any given time,
Yeah.
right in front of Dale's Antique Shop there,
Yeah.
most of the time you'll see that pipe is 6 inches below the road pretty much consistently because that doesn't have a flat gate at the end of 7th Street to keep the water from the bay coming back in. So that pipe you can't really camera because it's always underwater. It's the same
Okay.
elevation as the bay. That pipe was cleaned back in 2015 when we did 9th Street. That was, we had to put a plug out in the bay, actually at the end of the pipe, out in the outlet, right in the bay there. We had to put a 36-inch rubber ball, but we did put that ball in there. We pumped it down and we did clean that totally out at the same time we did 9th Street back. I think it was 2015. And we took out about probably 8 dumpster loads between 9th and 7th Street back at that time.
Okay. No, that's good. I'm glad it was cameraed. It sounds like everything's fine. 6 inches is not much. So that's good. You guys picked a lot of, you you guys, DPW picked most of the silt up.
Yeah, we did. We are able to scrape a lot off the roadway. So, I think we got as much as we could up. So 6 inches is not like a blocking, like a terrible thing to worry about right at this time.
Okay, great. Great job, Donnie,
Thank
Mayor,
you.
everyone.
It was a good day in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
But what we are gonna do though, is you're gonna find that we're gonna be attacking our our sewer drains. We do have that ARP money that is 4 ways to use it. And I think the main way that North Beach is gonna need to use it is through infrastructure. Some things date back to the 50s, some date back to the 80s. And I believe you're gonna find that we really need to invest in our infrastructure. Our pump stations, most of them have been upgraded, but the pipes that go from each pump station have not. So it's time that we continue this movement of fixing what needs to be fixed. And DB is going to make the hit list for us. He's going to have prices for us. And then from there, we can decide how we want to attack it once we're able to start working on that.
I fully support that, 100%.
Any other questions for DB?
No.
All right. Well, thank you. If you
Thank
do, as
you.
always, we're always available. We will shoot out an update tomorrow to the residents to make sure they're in the know. If they're not in the know, tell them to sign up for email. Please sign up for email. I cannot stress that enough. Any other questions for DB before we move on to council reports? Well, I'll tell you what, I do want to add one more thing, and you'll see this starting to happen this week. The water bills went out. And back in June, we voted on the new rate plan and so forth because it's needed. We all live in a town, we all pay water bills, so we're not benefiting from this as in individually. There's 3 main reasons. So when a resident comes up to you, you're going to see the email blast go out maybe tomorrow, if not Monday, reminding, because this has already gone out many times, but we're going to do it again. 3 reasons why we had to move forward with this new water bill structure as we continue to move to a conservation plan. Just turn on the news, you'll see aquifers drying up everywhere. That's number 1. And that's a serious concern for our aquifer. So in 2007 was the last time we had a rate increase. It did go up this time by $35. But as with everything, cost of our relationship, this way, with the wastewater treatment plant went up. Our cost to transport our waste to that plant has gone up. So that's one reason why you'll see an increase. Number 2 is our goal is to continue to conserve water. My son he will, if you turn on the water to brush your teeth and you leave the water running, he will turn it off and go crazy on you. And, we need to continue to conserve water. So at one time, if you use 10,000 or you use 1,000, it didn't matter. You paid the same. And then as you went up above 10,000, it actually didn't cost you a whole lot more to waste water. And we had a lot of water waste. So what we did was we started this plan to go from 10 down to 0. So you're being charged what you use. So if you want to help conserve water and reduce your bills, look how you can improve on the water usage. We went from 5 down to 4, and then we'll go to 3 to 2 to 1. But it's not something strange. A lot of places have already done it. That's the 3 main areas. Not only that, if somebody gets a high water bill and they think there's a mistake, all they have to do is call DPW, and they will come out and do 4 tests on that system to show them why the water is the way it is. 100% of the time, so far, we have found there have been issues on the other side of the sidewalk, not the town side. We're not here to point fingers and say it's your fault, not ours. We're here to educate. We're here to work together with our residents. And every single time they always say, well, thank you. I didn't realize that. I didn't think that. I didn't think that running toilet was that big of a deal. I didn't think that dripping hose on the side of my house was a big deal. I didn't think about, and now they are. So as residents come up to you and talk to you about the water bills that went out, remind them, go to our website. The whole plan is on there. It's 2 pages. And it makes sense. This is leadership at its best to move forward with this. So just be prepared to be able to have a conversation. But it's also going to be going out in another email coming up soon just to re-educate people on why we did what we did. It was a great decision, and I think we're going to continue to improve. So I just want to pass that on before I turn it over to council reports.
Just like to add real quick that it is working also, because average daily flow was 165,000, maybe a couple years ago, gallons per day at the, and then that means our wells run longer, everything goes up, chemical costs goes up. Now we're about at 125,000 gallons average per day. So it's working, and we get billed on what we send to Chesapeake Beach flow wise. So with us conserving water, not only helps the water, the aquifers, everything else, but it's also our flow going to Chesapeake Beach. That should drop our price, our costs, what we're sending to the
Use
treatment
price.
plant.
Right.
Yes. So
Fixed costs are
we
going up,
appreciate-
but our use
Right.
costs are going down. So it's actually
Right.
helping us.
It is
Thank
working.
you. Trust him and I talk too much about the wastewater treatment plant now. I know everything about that now that I never thought I would know. All right. Let's go to council reports. Mickey, you're my top left. Please, you lead off.
Thank everybody for joining us. Thank everybody who served and their families. And I'm excited for the stuff coming up in December. That's it.
That's right. We're very excited. Lauren.
Yeah, I already kind of mentioned this, but I just want to thank the mayor, DPW, Don, Stacy, everyone was involved in this response to the nor'easter, which, from what I've heard was one of the kind of biggest storms since Isabel in terms of the impact on our town. But it was really an excellent, aggressive, rapid response. No complaints from me. And not only do I appreciate it, but I've heard from a lot of neighbors and people in town that they appreciate it as well. So thank you.
Good to hear. Thank you, Lauren. Keep coming around. Greg.
First, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us this evening. Wish everyone a happy Veterans Day for those who have served. Also, I'm sure I'll see some of you, but for those that I don't, happy Thanksgiving. I won't see you before then. I wish you and your family well. That's it.
Thank you, Greg. Paul, you can unmute yourself now.
Just echoing the comments of my fellow council members. Thank you to all of our veterans who have served and sacrificed for our country, especially those that are on the call. I know Mayor Benton has, and I believe Councilman Dotson, I think you were in the Navy. Is that what it was? Navy? Sure about everybody else, but thank everyone.
That's okay.
Air Force? Oh, well.
Coast Guard.
We'll forgive you for that. Oh,
Don't
Coast
forget
Guard.
the Coast Guard. Everyone forgets the Coast Guard. It's all right.
No, we do not.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yes, and also just to commend the mayor and all the staff for just a fantastic response to the storm. 24 hours later, it practically didn't even happen, other than obviously the damage that's going to take time to repair. But it was just an excellent response. And happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much, Paul. Echo that. I hope everyone has an amazing Thanksgiving. And remember, there's those out there in need. So if you know anybody that is in need, we have a lot of opportunity now to serve them with our food pantries. I just did open house at another food pantry at the Bayside Baptist Church right there in Chesapeake Beach. They have a new food pantry there. So nobody should go hungry this Thanksgiving. Let's make it our goal to make sure everybody has an enjoyable Thanksgiving. Other than that, can I have a motion to adjourn our meeting?
So moved.
Okay.
Okay.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand. All right, guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you around town. God
Happy
bless you.
Thanksgiving.
Have a good night.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you.